Hello guys, today in this video, we are going to help you to find out the best AV receivers in market. I made this list based on my personal opinion and I tried to list them based on their quality, durability, customer review and more. If you want to see their price and find out more information about them, you can check our links in the description below. Number 6. Onkyo TX-NR5100. Those who want support for the latest features and standards while still staying at mid-range prices will find a lot to love about this Onkyo model, which is also a great pick for gamers or those looking for an upgrade to their movie experience. This 7-channel receiver offers 80 watts per channel into 8 ohms at 0.08% THD with 2 channels driven. Connections include 4 HDMI 2.1 ports in and 2 out, optical, coaxial, stereo RCA ports, USB ports, and dual subwoofer RCA ports, plus a headphone jack when gaming sessions need to stay quiet. When we dig into more supported standards, this Onkyo model gets even more impressive. It's compatible with Dolby Atmos and DTS-X processing, Sonos port, AirPlay 2, Bluetooth, Chromecast, Alexa, and Google Assistant. There's built-in Wi-Fi and compatibility with ARC-EARC-2. HDR10+, Dolby Vision, and HLG are also all supported, making this receiver very well-rounded for all kinds of optimization. Like some of our other picks, the Onkyo TX-NR5100 also has a few features dedicated to gamers, including variable refresh rate, auto low latency mode, and quick frame transport, which can help improve frame rate performance and cut down on issues relating to lag. And don't worry if you've heard the news that Onkyo filed for bankruptcy in May 2022. Its audio-video business is owned by Vox International and will continue making AV receivers and other electronics. Number 5. Denon AVR X4700H. Often, the cost of buying into the next generation of home theater can be rather steep, as this receiver's $2,000 price tag makes abundantly clear. But when you consider all the things the Denon AVR X4700H can do for the gear you own now, as well as the upgrades you may make in the future, particularly 8K TVs and compatible 8K devices, it starts to show its long-term value. The AVR X4700 is a modest upgrade from the previous AVR X3700NH in that Denon packed more power at 125 watts per channel compared to the 105 watts its predecessor pumped out. In the video corner, the AVR X4700 maintains support for 8K 60Hz, 4K 120Hz, Dolby Vision, and HDR10+. That also includes the 8K upscaling that you can apply to your existing 4K Blu-rays and subscriptions to Netflix in UHD. With 8 HDMI inputs and 3 outputs, you won't have to worry about buying a selector for additional devices. We also love how Denon gave a nod to the gaming world by giving current and next-gen gamer features like variable refresh rate, quick frame transport, and auto low latency mode. In the audio corner, the X4700 has kept everything intact that we'd expect from a higher-tier receiver. We're talking Dolby Atmos, DTS-X, DTS, Virtual X, and other highly dimensional codecs, like Auro 3D support as a 3-dimensional audio alternative to Dolby Atmosphere. You can set up 5.2.4 or 7.2.2 traditional Atmos arrangements or opt for simulated height channels with the Dolby Atmos height virtualization feature. You can also do similar setups using Auro 3D if you prefer that route. Music enthusiasts will feel right at home with the X4700's suite of digital music support from services like Spotify, Pandora, Tidal, SoundCloud, and more. There's also Denon HOS support if you've got multiple zones of Denon gear in your home. Control and share all your music right from your phone, or teach the HOS skill to your Echo speaker for immersive Alexa controls. The X3700 also supports Google Assistant, Apple Siri, and Josh.ai. Number 4. Anthem MRX1140. Anthem is a well-known name among those who demand top-tier sound quality in their AV receivers, and the 15.2-channel MRX1140 is the top dog of the company's offerings. The MRX1140 packs a massive toroidal power supply, offering a claimed 140 watts of continuous power per channel at 8 ohms, from channels 1 to 5, and a still impressive 60 watts per channel in the remaining channels, also at 8 ohms. In short, it's a beast. It features support for both Dolby Atmos, DTS-X, DTS, X Pro, and DTS Virtual, X Object-based surround sound, in either 7.1.4 or 5.1.4 configurations, depending on whether you want to leave channels free for a second zone for another room in your home. And that's just for starters. The MRX 1140 has done away with DTS Play-Fi for multi-room connectivity, in exchange for Chromecast, AirPlay 2, and Bluetooth for the task. Spotify Connect and Roon are on the way soon, too. This is bolstered by built-in support for a number of popular music streaming services, including Spotify, Tidal, Amazon Prime Music, Pandora, SiriusXM, and Internet Radio. For those who value fidelity over convenience, high-res audio support is included as well and makes good use of the receiver's 32-bit 768 kHz differential output digital-to-analog converters. When it comes to video, the MRX 1140 naturally offers support for 4K and high dynamic range content in both HDR10 and Dolby Vision formats, as well as HG. A total of 8 HDMI inputs are included, all of which support HDMI 2.0A and HDCP 2.2. There are also 2 HDMI and 3 digital audio outputs, plus support for ARC and eARC. Finally, the Anthem MRX 1120 makes setup as snap via Anthem Room Correction software, which is one of the best room calibration systems out there. The company even includes a high-quality mic and stand for measuring your room's acoustic properties right in the box. Number 3. Yamaha Avantage RX A2A. The 7.2 Avantage RX A2A is more than capable as a powerhouse video system. Naturally, it has support for all of the latest AV technologies, 4K, HDR, Dolby Atmos, DTS-X, and HDCP 2.3. It's also ready for HDMI eARC and is compatible with high-res audio files up to 32-bit 192 kHz. HDMI 2.1 is also supported if you like to stay on the cutting edge of AV support for your entertainment system, and future updates will add support for things like 8K and the latest formats. Inside, you'll find features like a high slew rate amplifier for more accurate audio response and low distortion, as well as advanced modes for movie optimization. Outside, the design includes an ART wedge to help dampen nearby vibration and improve audio quality further. MusicCast features with wireless 5.1 surround sound support also help if you like to play music on the system as well. Don't worry about a lack of connections either. The Yamaha Avantage RX A2A includes 7 HDMI input options to handle any devices you may want to set up. There's even compatibility with Alexa and Google Assistant when you can't find the remote. Number 2. Sony STR-DH590. When it comes to AV receivers, reducing your budget invariably means reducing the number of features. The key is to preserve as many of the features that most people value. The Sony STR-DH590 manages to do this in a stellar fashion by supporting all of the latest audio and video formats, including 4K and HDR. It also comes with its own acoustic calibration circuitry, which takes the guesswork out of setting up your speakers to the right levels. For utmost audio fidelity, the DH590 is equipped with Sony's Pure Direct mode for the cleanest sound the receiver has to offer. It does so by disabling the 590's front display panel, eliminating unnecessary component noise from escaping into the mix of whatever content you're consuming. Keep in mind that engaging Pure Direct also bypasses several of the receiver's internal equalizers. It's a great feature for listening to music through analog sources, but if you're a fan of big cinema sound, it's probably something we'd leave alone when watching a movie. Although the DH590 has Bluetooth for direct music streaming from a compatible smartphone or tablet, the receiver isn't internet connected, so you won't be able to stream music without a Bluetooth device. That being said, Sony's high-res audio support kicks in when you're beaming tunes to the receiver, which adds a little more belly and top end to your sound. In terms of main source connections, the Sony STR-DH590 only has 4 HDMI inputs. While you won't be powering any rock concerts, it's more than enough receiver for a very satisfying home theater experience. Number 1. Denon AVR X1700H. There is no lack of capable models to choose from when it comes to mid-range AV receivers. But when you start to ask which of those models can support a turntable without the use of a preamp, well, it's a much shorter list. Chief among them is the Denon AVR X1700H, a modern 7.2 home theater receiver that also packs a phono input, which simplifies your setup considerably. Don't let its vinyl-friendly jacks fool you. This receiver is blistering with high-tech features including support for 3 4K 120 HDMI 2.1 inputs, Dolby Atmos and Atmos Hey virtualization, DTS Virtual X, and upscaling up to 8K resolution. It also includes compatibility with HOS connections, AirPlay 2, Alexa voice commands, Bluetooth, and onboard Wi-Fi. The Denon AVR X1700H also offers multi-room audio for more complicated setups, supports both ARC and eARC for simplified connections, and offers digital audio and composite video ports, as well as 2 line-level subwoofer outputs for adding extra rumble. At 80 watts per channel, the audio is quite powerful, and room calibration is top-notch, too. This is an excellent pick if you want phono support without giving anything up, are looking for a more affordable upgrade to HDMI 2.1, or want the latest format support for your media.